Good. Uh, Young people across the nation, we are all aware that this year is an electioneering year. And as such, it is important that we take this opportunity, especially going to the upcoming election on August, to have our voice, to have our say in the kind of leadership that we want. Most of the time we are given the opportunity, but we seem to squander that opportunity. That is to mean that when we are vetting these leaders and the legislation that is outgoing and the one that should be incoming, we should make it our responsibility. We should take it as our opportunity to ensure that we have the right leadership. Leadership is not just about voting, it is also about the kind of person that you're voting in. And also I want to make it a call to the young people that we also have a right to present ourselves as an option in the legislation, and especially on issues that we face at the mashinani level, that is the ward. So I'm keen that this upcoming election, the young people below 40, present yourself as the key parties in legislation at the ward level. Let us see a lot of leadership, young leaders at the ward level. You guys know what happens around your estates, and the wards is just a culmination of estates that you guys live. So it's key that as we are looking into electing the leaders that we so wish or desire, that we also participate. It's not just a matter of observation. We need also to present ourselves as the alternative. How can you ensure that we have the right leadership if we are not also offering ourselves? And if you feel that the change that you so desire cannot be achieved, why don't you present yourself as also an alternative so that the people can decide? The other thing is, as we're going to the upcoming elections, it is important that young people understand their role in legislation. Legislation is in two forms. There is the aspect of the electorate, and there is the aspect of that person being voted in. And most of the time we find that we only complain later after we've made the decision. So as we are going to the next election, I'll be keen on the kind of manifestos that the leadership, the political leadership, will be given to the youth. And if the youth don't feel that that manifesto is adequate or is going to take care of their needs and the challenges that they face, then I call upon the youth also to present themselves to vie for those positions. Because if you cannot change something externally, then it means that you need to take now the internal execution, which is now present yourself. The other thing that we'll be keen on is we are not looking at leaders who are looking at us and telling us about political parties. That is not what we need this upcoming election. This upcoming election is happening in a very what I would consider a very peculiar time, a time of COVID-19. We're looking at leadership that is going to go beyond just talking about what somebody is going to do, but rather how that person intends to do and execute his plan. The unemployment that levels are way up high, and the kind of crime, the kind of desperation, we have a lot of mental illness among the young people. This is just a few of the challenges that we are facing, and we should be keen on making sure that as we are looking into the next frontier of leadership, we are keen on leaders who have specific innovative ideas on how to deal with the prevailing challenges around unemployment and empowerment, which is still rampant. And of course, the biggest thing is not so much of how viable one's idea will be, but how sustainable in the long run that idea will be, and how it will impact into the life of the young people. The young people who are out here, ideally they know what they want. We have so many people who are young people who are graduates. The literacy level around this country, we are looking at almost 70%. So we have young people who know what they really want. So it will be basically a partnership. The kind of manifestos that we're keen on is partnership manifestos. Don't just say you will do A, B, C, D. Say that these are the levels that you're thinking. These are the way that you're going to partner with the young people. These are the solutions that you're going to bring on the table. And let us make the whole conversation to be a little bit different from other elections. As we are aware, the current administration has been very effective in as far as infrastructure is concerned, and there's a lot of improvement in the infrastructure. The next administration should be looking keenly on investing on young people. And as Youth Nation, we are presenting, and we've been on the forefront to ensure that the youth economic empowerment transformation agenda becomes the priority. As far as we are concerned, is we feel that the young people have been left behind in terms of the real development, which is the personal development, the innovations that need to be adopted. The kind of leadership that we need is one that also allows us to adequately participate, not just from the perspective of, you know, at the end of the day they are going to vote and then we are going to work. No, we're looking at partnership, and this partnership is quite key as we get to the next election. Most importantly, we are keen on the outcome of a very peaceful election. The person who wins wins, and at the end of the day there are no losers in Kenya. The young people know that we are tired of you know, empty words and rhetoric, political, you know, just speaking for the sake. We are keen on having a peaceful country at the end of the day, and that cannot be achieved if we don't also propagate peaceful political messages. So as you're selling your agendas and your manifestos, have it in mind that we're also keen as a youth to hear and listen what you're saying. And any leader who will be out there to incite the youth on violence, that will be an enemy and of the state, and of course he will be an enemy of the youth nation, because you cannot divide just for the purpose you need yourself to propel yourself to office. And we will be watching, and we will be very keen on what you say and how you say it. So that is it, and the Youth Nation, we are here. We are here to speak, and we'll be speaking, you know, our mind as young people in this country.